So today, traders, I'm going to talk to you about a potential false breakout pattern happening with the good old oil market. I'm going to go over what's been happening with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a complete false breakout and it's sucking a lot of people in right now. I'm also going to be covering exactly what's been happening with gold and a powerful move that could be happening with gold. I'm also going to be talking about a potential short-term trading opportunity when it comes to the good old silver market. I've actually got some things here drawn here, ready to go for you guys, ready to go. So if we get a breakdown, we could be getting ready for a big, look at this here. Look at all of that movement. This is what could be happening here on silver for intraday basis. We're going to be talking about the actual Dow Jones and the Nasdaq as well too, about the different false breakouts. We're also going to be covering things, guys, about how the fear and greed index and why it's a very big warning sign to investors right now. I'm also going to be talking to you about how I apply a Warren Buffett style to my trading and a Warren Buffett style of entry that supercharged my success rate and how you can start to apply this to your trading today. We've got a lot of stuff to go through, guys. This is a massive coaching video for you, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, let's get straight into the market update today. I've got a lot of stuff I want to go through with you today, guys. So let's start off with the good old Nasdaq. What's going on with the Nasdaq, guys? So the really big thing that we're seeing right now when it comes to a lot of the indices is we're in this period of what I call rebuilding. But sometimes within the rebuilding phase is volatility, okay? So you generally get this sort of move. Now, what I mean by rebuilding is that when the market has a move up, we're not rebuilding, we're using a lot of energy. Here we go, yeehaw, right? We have a real big move. So when that happens, then there comes a period of time when the market starts to what I call rebuild, okay? Rebuild is like re-energize. And sometimes when that happens, you'll start to get this type of volatility in the markets. And that's actually what I'm actually expecting to see when it comes to a lot of the indices, actually. I'm really expecting to see this here. We had this move down, move up. What we don't want to get sucked into is we don't want to get sucked into that, okay, well, the market is having a really big move. Market had a really big move up and people became so bullish towards the end of last year that they started to freak out a little bit, right? They started to freak out a little bit, saying, "Oh, the market's dropping. What's going on here?" And the reason why I'm saying this is that you don't want to be really on the side of getting really greedy right now, is because the fear and greed index. If we have a look at the fear and greed index, we actually can see how. Right now, we are literally back up here again. So we're still at a lot of greed in the marketplace. There's a lot of greed. And when there's a lot of greed in the marketplace, guess what? A lot of traders have a real big issue of and this is where it's hard for most people who trade the markets, right? Because they understanding the cycle of things and understanding things is that when investors start to become really greedy, like they still are right now, there's a lot of greed in the marketplace. Most investors or traders, because they think, oh, well, the market's going up and it has been going up, so therefore it's likely to keep going up. When we know the truth is that market goes through cycles, right? So we're at this level here right now, right? And we're still at this whole greed level through here when it comes to that. And so therefore, what's inevitably going to happen soon? The fear and greed index is going to come from here, which is what? Really greedy. So people are greedy right now. A lot of investors are greedy. What happens when investors get too greedy, right? What happens when you get too greedy in the marketplace, right? What happens if you get too greedy in a trade, right? That ends up happening, right? You end up going down through to here. Now you, instead of you becoming too greedy, now you become fearful, right? And then you go through these swings, emotions, and so on and so forth. So that's one thing, right? That's one thing that's all through there. So looking at this whole period through here, right? Looking at this whole period through here is that's what's probably going to happen. Now, when this happens, guess what happens to the markets, right? Why would people start to become really, really fearful? Oh, because the market's been going down. Now they start to become fearful. And you can see that this is all the market does, right? It goes through these swings of emotions at these periods of times. And that's all that the market does. And this is obviously with the short-term swings in the market. So if we have a look at the good old market right now, oh, that's Bitcoin. I'll get to that. I'll get to you in a minute. The Bitcoin, I'll get to you in just a minute. Just clicked on another screen. So if we look at the stock market right now, guys, what do we see? We see a very big move up, and now we see a move here, and now we're going through here. There's a probability of us probably going through more of a pullback through here. I would say there's a real good support level around this sort of 14,000. This whole area through here, as you can see, like it's that 14,000 area. Joe, just above that 14,000 area, should I say? If I just, let me bring this up here. Yeah, so 14,000 to 14,400. That's that major level through there. If I go back to my weekly charts now, you'll see how this support level here on the Nasdaq, right? This support level here on the Nasdaq, look at this here. So how I draw my support and resistance lines is I'm not looking for a finite number. If I was looking for a finite number, what a lot of traders do, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, this is just what I have found to be more relevant in the market. So when I'm drawing my support and resistance lines, guess what? I'm trying to find the most relevant level for that market, right? So the market where because it's not about where I want to put it, it's where has the market respected this majority of the time, right? So I can actually have the level up. So you're probably thinking, oh, looks like that there's a support and resistance level through there. Okay, so we've got sort of like a couple of touches here and a couple of touches here. Okay, so let me go back to the weekly chart now, and you'll be able to see how that is one level. But then also we can see that this level back here, that was the bounce there, that was a bounce there, that was a bounce there. We also did have a lot of sort of support level through here. We had a bounce through here as well too. So that level there to me is probably the level there. But then also you got this sort of like this band here, right? So if I'm going to use one line, it'll be this line here because it picks up majority of the major bounces that's happened over that time. So why that's important to me right now is it's important because when we're looking at these markets, right, this is where it gets really, really awesome. When we're looking at these markets, we know that this whole area through here, even just recently through here, this resistance and support, it became support there. We know that if the market does come back down to here, which I believe it's going to do something like this, right, something like that, and come back down to here, it's probably going to find a significant higher low. So it'll be low and then another significant high low. And then what we see is then we see the market then having a very nice move to the upside. So that's what I'm seeing there with the good old Nasdaq traders. Let's go look at the Dow Jones. What happened with the Dow Jones today? So Dow Jones today is still creating like a bit of a flat top right now. Again, investors are really, really, really greedy right now, guys. So I'm expecting this thing to have maybe a little bit of a short-term push to suck people in, and then we're probably going to see, a 5 to 10% pullback in the markets. This is probably going to suck a lot of people in, right? Move up through here, and then all this move through here. If we do get something like that, guys, it's probably going to suck people in. Now, the hard thing with what I just said here is this: 10% of the time, what's going to happen? 10% of the time, this thing is just going to keep going up through there. And the hard thing with what I just said there is that 10% of the time that's going to happen, okay? What traders will do is say, well, it happened then, so therefore I'm going to apply it to my whole trading. And they go trade this exact same pattern 10 times, and 9 times they lose money, and 10 times, and one time they do. And one time they actually make money. So when it comes to what I just said there, guess what? A lot of traders will focus on what happened then. Oh man, I missed out on that trade. Next time I'm going to do it. And the next time they go take it, and they don't realize that 80 to 90% of the time, just like what happened with Bitcoin recently, you get the breakout, and then it starts to fail through there like that. Like it just starts to completely fail. It's not a true breakout. A true breakout is when you get some sort of a breakout bar like this, right? And they might do that, but then we start to head back up through there. Right? So that's what we're seeing all through there when it comes to the Dow Jones. Be careful of the false breakout moves, okay, guys? And remember, it's all about probability, right? Probability. This here, 8, 9 times out of 10 is going to happen. 10, 20% of the time, you're going to see the thing just continue up. Do not be focusing on the 10 to 20% of the time, okay? Because if you do, why would you want a 20% win-loss ratio? Why not go with something that has an 80 to 90% probability of doing something, right? But this also, it's not just based on trading, right? This is, when it comes to my actual trading system, again, that first thing in the description there, guys, I'm running a webinar today. I'll teach you all the details and all the steps to my trading system, how I find it, how I trade it on the Forex market, how I use options, I trade on the stock market and the futures as well too. I'll show you exactly what I look for in an A quality setup with a massively high win-loss ratio. I'll show you how I scan the markets, how I find the trades, how I trade the trades. I'll show you trading examples so you can start to apply this in your trading today when it comes to my actual trading system. If you don't have a good trading system right now, guys, and you're going off the whim and you don't have a high probability approach, you are gambling, and that's not a professional approach to the market. If you want to be professional, we need to have a rock solid high probability plan, and then we start to apply some consistency and discipline to that. Make sense? If you don't have that and you're just trading off a whim, or you're trading off this YouTube video, you are gambling and you're not applying the rules of successful trading, right? Successful trading is not about, you don't see major successful traders out there looking for a YouTube video to make a trade, right? No, they go to their market looking for their what? Proven plan. And that's exactly what I'm giving you, guys. I'm giving you my proven plan for free on that webinar. First thing in the description there, guys, go join me on that webinar today. So, and the purpose of me saying that is that my trading system, when everything lines up perfectly, guess what? It's like over a 90% win-loss ratio. It's very, very, very difficult actually when my trading system appears. It doesn't appear that often, but when it does, it's very difficult to find a losing trade. That's how I like to trade. I'm more like a sniper approach. I don't day trade these markets. I look at the markets every day, but I'm trying to find these moments where it's like, oh, here's a high probability trading setup, right? The way that I personally trade, guys, is I apply the Warren Buffett method to trading. Because if you're trading with a lot of indicators, if you're trading all the time, looking for trades every single day, guess what? You're probably losing money. You're emotional, you're losing money, you're going backwards, you're paying the broker a lot of money, and you're just going backwards, right? So what I like to do in my own personal trading is I actually personally like to apply the Warren Buffett of trading, the Warren Buffett style of trading. What is that? Warren Buffett will go through company after company after company, spreadsheet after spreadsheet, PE ratios, balance sheets, what's happening, cash flows, blah, 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 blah. He'll go through company, and he'll say, no, yes. I mean, see what I said there, right? So he'll wait and 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 he'll wait. And then guess what? Then Warren Buffett, when he does find something, he pounces hard because there's a massive probability now that his position is going to be right, and then he goes in hard, right? That's a Warren Buffett style of trading, right? And I also remember one of my earliest mentors he made $3 million in about, I think it was about 4 or 5 years, starting with a $5,000 trading account. So people say that you can't make millions of dollars from a small account. How do you think most people start anyway? Well, yes, you can. You don't need a lot of money, right? Right now with my private clients, I'm actually I've got a trading account right now, and I'm starting with $2,500. And my first goal is to turn that $2,500 into 6 figures, and then 6 figures into $1 million. Now I don't know how long that's going to take, but I'm doing that with my private clients. I'm doing it. You can actually do that. Right? But the purpose of me saying what I'm saying here right now, traders, is that Warren Buffett style of trading, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is that a lot of people are looking for this, oh, look, quick, we can get into a trade here that doesn't work that often. You know, and you're trading, you're just looking for anything to trade, and you're blowing yourself up. Don't do that, guys, right? Do not be blowing yourself up. It's not worth it. The reason why I've done well out of trading is because I applied the Warren Buffett style of trading, where I'm looking at the markets every single day. I did it today, right? I looked at the market today. I did some coaching with my clients as well too, right? But I will not be taking a trade. I will wait as long as I have to until I take a trade. That's the Warren Buffett style of trading. And then guess what? My very first earliest mentor, who made the millions and millions of dollars, he said the exact same thing. He'll wait and he'll wait and he'll wait and he'll wait and he'll wait until everything says yes. And guess what? They're amazing. Now my current mentor, who's been with me now for over 10 years, he made $5 million last year trading the markets. right? $5 million as a trader, successful trader. Guess what I learned from him? One of the biggest things I learned from him, he actually looks at intraday charts, right? He's looking at 1 minute charts, 2 minute charts, sometimes 30-second charts, right? 5 minute charts. He's looking at those charts to place a trade on the futures markets. And even though he's looking at the futures markets for a couple of hours every single day, guess what? Sometimes he will go for many weeks without taking a trade. But when he finds one, boom, he'll make multiple six figures on a trade. You see what I'm saying there, right? See the differences from people who actually do really well, people who don't do really well. A lot of people think you need a lot of trades to make a lot of money. And that's the thing that's actually stopping you from moving forward. And I guess I'm wrapping this all around is because people will find something that may have a 10% chance of working out, and they just want to trade anything to try to make some money. No, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, right? I want you to have an amazing trading year this year. And you can. You can have an incredible year this year. But let's bring it back. Let's apply a bit of patience. Let's apply some consistency. Let's actually start to approach it on a professional manner, right? We're going to, whenever I go to the market, I'm not looking for anything that looks good. No, I'm going to the market with my pattern and my system in mind, and I'm looking for my system. Because I know when my system appears and everything is perfect, guess what? That's what's called an A+ quality setup, and over 90% of the time, I'm going to generate a nice profit from that. Make sense? So why would I trade anything else? And this is where a lot of traders are very, very nervous. Like, oh, I'm going to have 1% risk on my account because they're not sure. And so you too can do this as well too. Anyway, there's my little rant for the day, guys. Let's go look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 is starting to push up new highs, right? Look at this here. We're starting to push up into new highs. I really believe, guys, it's going to be a false breakout move. We've had this overall move to the upside, and then we've had this move to the downside. If we're pushing up now, if we do get a push to the upside, it's probably going to fail, suck a lot of people in. And then we see a really big pullback for at least the start of the year. Do not be sucked in, guys, all right? Do not be sucked in. Step back, step back, step back. All right, step back, step back. Do not enter the building, right? Do not enter the building. It's about to collapse. Oh, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Oh, shit, I'm dead. Right? So that's what I'm seeing there across, guys, when it comes to the good old stock market. And once again, traders, this here right now is the good old Bitcoin. What do we have here? Something really, really, really similar to what the indices are doing right now. Okay? And what I teach you guys, as you can see, what I'm teaching you is how to read the market properly. Not indicators. You guys will know. If you're using a lot of indicators right now, if you're trading the way that I used to trade a long time ago, if you're trading like this, right? If you're trading like this, and you've got all these indicators going on and stuff like that, guess where your focus is? Your focus is looking at these for your entry signals. Why? Doesn't it make sense that these things are derived from what? The chart itself. So doesn't it make sense, instead of getting really good at reading these indicators to tell you when to buy and sell, doesn't it make sense that we should get really good at reading the price action, like the actual main thing? And the better we can get at understanding the main thing, the market, not the derivative of the thing, right? The derivative of the thing is what? The market. Let's get really, 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 really good at understanding and reading and getting good at the market, right? Let's become really professional, really good at reading that. Bam, right? But what I did for probably my first at least quarter to more of my last 20 years of trading, guess what? I focused on indicators. So I was focusing on trying to read the derivative of the thing to tell me when I should buy or sell. See how that's a bit of an oxymoron there? It's like what? But then when I started really getting access to, especially my current mentor, who really started to help me get good at reading and understanding the main thing, that's when things really started to change for me. That's when light bulbs started off. That's when I started getting understanding of what's going on right now. That's when I started to get a really good understanding of, oh, this is what the type of phases the market goes in and all that sort of stuff. Right? And again, I'm not going to go into the techniques. That's second link in the description there, guys. I got a free trading course, and I'll walk you through, there's four phases there. I'll walk you through the different mistakes, foundations, chart reading techniques, trading systems. I do all that in that trading system. If you do want some help there, that second link in the description there, you can get the free trading course there. Phase number 1 is all about the foundations and the biggest mistakes you're making right now. Phase number 2 and 3 is all about chart reading techniques and advanced chart reading techniques about the markets. And then phase number 4 is about trading, the trading systems and so on and so forth from there. That second link in the description there, guys. So we can see this here, right? We can see what's going on. But if we have a look at what this is here, and this is where, guys, it's so powerful, right? It's so powerful to focus. Because if you think about it, it's person number 1 over here, and I'm going on a tangent here, but here we go, right? For you guys, for you, the 1% of guys who are actually still hanging around, give me a 1% in the chat box below if you're still around. All right, cool. Right, person 1 over here and person 2 over here. Person 1 here is focusing on all the different indicators, right? All the different indicators over here. Person number 2 is focusing on becoming really good at reading the main thing. After 12 months, who do you think is going to make more progress in their trading? Not number 1, right? Indicators are derivative thing. Number 2, right? If he spent 12 months becoming so good at reading and understanding the main thing, guess what? Boom, boom, boom. Now his trading has gone to another level because he's understanding the markets. The indicators can start to lie to us. We get divergence, and it's not really a divergence. We get oversold, but the market keeps, we get overbought, and and the market keeps going up. We get oversold, the market keeps going down, like all this sort of stuff, right? So that's what I'm saying through there. So if we have a look at what's happening right now in the good old Bitcoin, guess what? I talked about this yesterday as well too. Up, 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 up. See that little pullback? Now look what happened. We broke out. But what's been happening these last 2 days? Look at this here. What's happening here? Why is this why did this breakout bar here completely fail? I wonder why. Why did this completely fail? Look at this here. Big move up and then completely fail. Why is it failing? And even if you started to go through the hourly charts, right? Look at this here. Look at this. Let me go to look at this. Complete and utter suck in. They sucked people in and then dropped it. Sucked people in and then dropped it. And now look what's been happening. We're going down, 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 down through here, right? And we're probably going to then continue back down for a little bit longer. And why is this happening? Why? Simple one thing that we've been talking about here today is the market is an energy source. And when the market spends a lot of time going up like this, we need a lot of time to refuel again. And if we just spend a little bit of time going sideways like that, look at all this move up and then a little sideways. And then we get something like that. What's likely to happen is this is a false breakout. It'll come down, stop you out. It'll then go sideways for a little bit longer. And then a week or 2 weeks later, then it makes the move. And then this is the move that actually takes off. And then it makes the move. And you're like saying, oh, what a mutter. All those words you get, all those words I don't want to say here right now, right? You start to say that, don't you? You start to say it. You start like, oh my goodness, the market's against me. I got in on this breakout. It came down. I got out here, and then the market went sideways. And then a week later, now it's actually taken off. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you've been there before, right? You get in, it reverses against you. You get stopped out. And then suddenly a week or 2 weeks later, then it makes the move and then it runs on and it's actually making the move you thought it was going to make, but it's running on a bit too late. It's because of understanding the markets, right? Understanding we need to, and if we have all of this upward move, guys, through here, we need at least this. If we get from there to there, as in like that'll be the time. We would need something really similar. So something like this here. Right, so if we have this from there to there, we would need something like this from here to here, right? Something like that to say, okay, we've now spent a bit of time, now refueling in the markets. And this is where, guys, I talked about this yesterday. Why is Bitcoin sucking us in right now? Oh, it's a breakout. Here we go. Sucked people all the way in, right? And again, look what's happening now. We're completely retraced this bar here. There's a high probability we're going to continue down now. I'm not calling for a crash in the good old Bitcoin, in the Bitcoin. It's probably bitter right now for some people who took the false breakout button, right? Not for you guys, not for the Johnny Nation, right? Why? You don't get sucked into the false breakouts, right? So, and again, why am I talking about this here right now? Why am I bringing this up as an example? Because look what's been happening right now on here and even the Dow Jones. You see what I'm saying here? It's the same thing. And these techniques that I teach you are universal across all markets. That's why I can trade the Forex market, the futures market, the stock market, any market out there, because all markets operate the same way of when you start to understand the foundations of how they really operate, how they really work, and how they really make it happen through there. Right? They all operate the same way. So when you can start to understand what? The main thing, now we're talking. Now we're talking, right? And again, that's the reason why, guys, the trading system I trade, again, first link in the description there, guys, go join me on my webinar and I'll teach you all the details of my stuff. I'll give it to you for free so you can start to run with it, right? Start to utilize it today. When you start to understand how my trading system is based on the market, therefore I can take it, and I do take it, and I trade a daily stock chart, and then I start to apply it to a 5-minute Forex or futures chart. You see what I'm saying there, right? It's the exact same thing. It's not like, oh, this is a stock trading system. And it's like, no, all the markets operate by the same people, right? It's the same machine, same human, and they all operate and they all make the same patterns. They all operate the same way, whether it's the stock market or whether it's the Bitcoin, right? Guess what? Same thing. Up, down. We get a move up from here. Guess what's coming, guys? Guess what's coming? Okay, cool. Now, moving on to the mining sector. Mining sector right now, guys, has indeed definitely creating a very weak upward movement through here. So there's two different types of trends in place. Let me ask you a question here, right? If we're trying to find, you've probably heard the analogy, the trend is your friend until the end, right? Okay, cool. We know that. Yes, John, trend is your friend until the end. But there's a difference between strong trend and weak trend. Which one do you want to be trying to get involved with more, right? Do you want to get involved with a strong trend or a weak trend? Right, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let's go. Right, so what is strong trend in the marketplace, right? Strong trend is when we have a very strong move up, and then it may go either A, sideways through here, or it may pull back to around about the 50% level or less, and then start to make its way back up. Strong trend is a strong move up first, 50% retracements, and away we go. That's strong trend. What is not strong trend is when we have a move up, this is the 50% level, and then it starts to come down to here. Like maybe, past this is the 50 level here, right? This is the 50 level here, right here. And then what we have is what? This here right now is the 61.8, as you guys know, right? Now we do that. And then the market goes back up through here. Okay? And then it comes back down through to here. And then it comes back up to here. And then it may come down there. So even though we're making what? Low, higher low, potentially another higher low here. Guess what? Look at this here. It's not strong, is it? It's like, no, it's weak, right? Trust me, guys. You stick with me. I'll sort you out. I'll teach you how to read these markets properly so you can read not only trend analysis, but strength in trend, right? So critical. Anyway, so looking at this level here, guys, look at this here. We don't have this. It's not, see how it's not, we're going up, but we're not strongly going up, right? I want to get involved with this here. Why? Because if there's strong trend and there's strong momentum in a direction, I want to be jumping on that. But when there's maybe not strong trend and there's not strong momentum in a direction, it's probably weak, right? It's very, very, very weak. This one here overall is trending like that. This one here is overall trending like that. You can see the differences in my angles. The purpose of me bringing that up to you is that now, once we start to look at what's going on with the mining sector, look what's been happening here. It's trend, but it's not strong trend, is it? Look at this here. Came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down to maybe that level through there, came up, came down. You see how we're not getting any like, here we go, right? What you want to see is you would want to see something like this. On the mining sector, you would want to see something like this, where the market goes, woof, up like that. Here we go. Very strong balls to the, strong balls to the wall, right? Strong balls to the wall. And then we start to get a bit of a sideways movement for this for a while. And then we break out and get going again. right? But we're not getting that. Look at that there. It's just doing that. We're not getting any very strong move to the upside. So that's what I'm seeing there right now on the mining sector. Let's go look at silver right now. So silver right now, guys, is indeed its trend low, higher low, higher low, and a higher low. But it's not strong trend, is it? Right? It's not strong trend. We actually had this very strong move up. This had the chance of being a strong trend. Strong move down, strong move up, strong move down. Right? Look at that there. Bam, 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 bam. And then up through there and up through there. Right, so low, high, low, and then now we have all this period through here. So we could be getting ready for a bit of a short-term drop in silver. We're still at this level of support. If we start to go deep, let's go deep, y'all, right? Ooh, look at that. So let's go to the hourly chart. So what's happening with the hourly chart? We're sideways overall, aren't we? Again, it'd probably be that level there, isn't it? Yep, it's overall sideways. So we've got this low sort of here period through here, down sideways. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Look what's happening. What do we have here? Strong move down, sideways. You see that there? Right, see, now we have. So what happens if we get something like that on silver? Ooh. Oh, hey, John, that's when you give me a call, right? That's when you call me up. Say, hey, John, did you see what happened with silver? Check it out. It's broken, right? Because if we get something like this, nice, good, large bar breaking down. Guess what? We're now probably likely to make a nice move down from there, especially from that 15-minute chart. If I go down to the 5-minute chart, maybe the 5-minute chart will give you much more of an early entry. Yeah, so look at that. Once again, traders, if we do get something like... Actually, let's do this here. If we can get... I want a large bar like that, right? Large bar. We want large bar through here. We don't want to get in now. Why? Because even though this is the large bar, a large bar breaking down, that's what I'm looking for myself. People are like, oh, John, well, instead of getting in now, why would you wait after it's made a big move already? Like, because that's now the high probability of it actually making a big, starting the move, right? Because what can also happen? You're like, well, it's going to break, so I'm going to get in early. And then the market does that on you, and it goes up. You're like, oh, man, I shouldn't have got in early. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, let me get in early before everyone else does, and then you're like, then you get smacked over the head. If we get something like that, guys, if I squeeze my charts up, there's a real high probability then we're going to start to make our way down. That there is now a sign, a signal to say we're probably going to start to make our way down to around about the $22 level out of silver. Now, that looks like a pretty big drop, right? By the way, on the daily charts, this is where it gets so cool, right? That's just that daily low there. That's all it is. So that's what I'm saying. Like daily charts, amazing. Oh, that's what I like to trade. But we also can start to identify some really amazing patterns, just like this here. So when I start to squeeze my charts up and go to say the 5-minute chart and squeeze my charts up a bit more, if we get something like that, look at that move. Right? Look at that move. Like that could be. That could be like, what's that, 2 or 3% drop. You do that, and you're talking about trading the futures markets. What a beautiful trade, right? Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Again, traders, if you want to know more about this actual pattern here, down, across, I also use a moving average coming down as well too. So that's what I like to use when looking at these markets. If you want to learn more about that, guys, that first link in the description there, make sure you click on that. And then I will teach you all about the actual trading system sides of things. So that's what I'm seeing there right now when it comes to the good old silver market. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. I'm having a whole bunch of fun today. Let's keep going into gold. All right, starting off with gold. Gold right now. So what's happening with gold right now? Do we have strong trend? At the moment, we do, right? Why? Look at this here. Woof. Move out of my way. Little pullback. Move out of my way. Little pullback. Or actually a bit more of a stronger pullback. Move out of my way. And a little pullback right now. So we're still getting a little pullback, right? So we have strong trend right now. That's where what gets really exciting on a daily on gold. Remember I said before the Warren Buffett style of trading? Guess what I do? I watch gold day after day after day after day. I'm watching and prowling and looking. I'm like the lion, right? Like the lion sitting there and watching the zebras go past, right? And the buffaloes go past and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And I'm just looking for that right one and bam! I eat him. right? That's what it's about, right? Then we go up, down, and we get a breakaway bar like that, guys. This here is what? The Warren Buffett style of entry. The Warren Buffett style of trading and the Warren Buffett style of entry. It's like a sniper approach, all right? If you are trading a lot, if you're very, very, very active in the markets, guys, trading the markets is completely, it's a complete opposite. When most people are greedy, you be fearful. When most people are fearful, be greedy. Most people who try to trade the markets on an intraday basis and trying to actually trading every single day, I've never met anyone hugely, majorly successful that does that. The most successful, we're talking 7 figures successful guys, right? Not just 6 figures, but we're talking 7 figures in the markets. What do? They wait and they have their pattern, they have the system they're looking for, and they have this thing of a Warren Buffett style of trading. They're happy to sit there for many weeks on end and not take a trade. Unfortunately for you is that if you are not applying that mentality, well then that mentality is probably what most people do. Most people are trying to make money every single week. And because they're trying to make a weekly income, guess what? They start to get run over. Don't get run over. And that's whether they get run over. Because they're trying to find anything that looks like they're going to make some money. And the worst thing that happens is you take something that is just a gamble and you actually make some money in the markets, but it wasn't based on a proven method. There was no foundation to that. And the next time you go place a trade, all that money you make is now going down the drain because you're trading based off you just doing whatever, right? And that's where guys building that strong foundation. Anyway, let's continue on here. Let's keep going, right? For you 1%ers that are still around, welcome guys. One market I am keeping an eye on for is the uranium market. We're talking about this with my private clients just recently. And we're talking about this here. It's like, oh, look at this uranium market. Uranium is actually looks like it's about to really make a big move from here. The one market I'm actually watching for is this market here, right? Look at this. This is UROY, uranium. Look at that there, down, up. You see what I'm saying here, right? There's that through there. So what happens if we get something like that at this stock here? That's when you call me up. Hey, John, did you see what happened with URI? Oh, I haven't got enough. It's like, John, did you see this? Look at UROY. John, did you see that? Look at this here. And we go down to this chart here. This is the weekly chart to the left. Beautiful upward trend. If we can get something like this, guys, I'm telling you, we get something like that happening. And you're like, John, but the move's already gone. It's probably, no, it's about that there is now like, if we get something like that happening, guys, for some reason, like a real big large bar like that, guess what? That tells me now, most people are like, but John, why would you get in after it's made an already big move? Because it gives me a high probability, a massive high probability that we're now likely to start the next move, right? This is about the thing, right? John, why would you get in late? Why would you wait after a big bar? Why? Well, when we get that, this big bar now gives me a high probability of it now making a really nice move to the upside. Most traders are like, well, why didn't you, if you know that's going to happen, get in here. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen, right? We wait for our confirmation, right? No, smack. Take the mouse, throw in the pool, flush the pool. No, smack, right? Because what can also happen? That there, and then you get smacked. That's where having a trading system, a trading approach, and then I'm looking for my proper entry candle to give me a high probability that it's going to be moving in that direction that I wanted to make profit from. I'm looking for a high probability of that. So if this happens here, it gives me a high probability that now we're getting ready to have if that happens on this one here, we're now getting a high probability of making around about 43%. Now traders, if you started to apply a bit of leverage to that, maybe some options to that, what do you think happens to the percentage return on your investment? See what I'm saying, guys? Warren Buffett style of trading. Waiting, watching, pouting, looking, be patient. Bam. Warren Buffett style of results becomes in your arsenal of toolbox through here, right? Now let's go look at oil. And the big thing with oil, guys, oil could be having a false breakout. I'm telling you right now, be careful. Don't get stuck. No, Forget the whole word be careful. What does it even mean? Be careful. No. Don't get sucked in. No, be careful. Do not get sucked in. Okay? If we get large bar here, if this happens here like this, you are going to get sucked in. Why? Because then it's probably going to do something like this. It might go down like that. And then we're probably going to come back up to here. And then do that. And then the big move is going to start. And you're going to get sucked in. Why? Down, little move up. See, it's flipped upside down. Now, remember I said before with the Dow Jones? Even with the good old Bitcoin? Up, little pullback, and then go again. False breakout. Flipped upside down is down, up, false breakout, right? So trading is all about identifying false breakout patterns and then also not getting sucked in so you don't actually lose money, and then identifying these high quality setups that I've been talking about through this awesome coaching video that you are watching right now. So that is it for me today, traders. I've gone through a lot of stuff in this video today. Traders, if you'd like to learn more about who I am as a person and what I've gone through and my story, how I went from $250,000 in debt to losing a lot of money, if you want to learn my trading system, how I trade the markets, how I identify the markets, how I identify amazing high quality trades, then that first link in the description there, guys, click on that. Go join me for my webinar, guys, and I'll really help you understand if you're losing a lot of money, then secret number one on that training will tell you exactly what I had to do to go from $250,000 in debt to then start to make money. And then also what I'll do is I then start to teach you about the building blocks. It's important to go from losing a lot of money to making money to having a foundation, having a good trading system, trade selections. I'll give you trade examples. I'll give you all that sort of stuff on that webinar, guys. First link in the description there, guys. Have a great day.